This.
What do you mean?
Bruv, she was just compromised a second ago. Now she's trying to tell her what to do.
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, Grandma. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer.
Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, as I'm saying. Mr. Blitz Tech.
Revenue GS.
Joe on Further the Cyber Nerds.
And welcome to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. review. All spoilers. We're on season 1, episode 10. The Bridge. We're not even halfway through this bloody season, but you know what? It's getting spicy, and if you want to see the spiciness, head over to patreon.com/cybernerds and watch us react to this episode and previous others as well. This episode, it was like a continuation from the Centipede
Arc.
that was happening. I can't remember what episode that was. That was a pretty lit episode. It's now come back to the forefront, and these men are planning, doing stuff in S.H.I.E.L.D., it looks like. And we also got, I don't know, many snippets of...
Just say your theory.
My theory, I think that Skye is the daughter of Coulson.
Bruv.
There's like little undertones about everything, about, I don't know, fatherhood, parenthood, this, that, and the other. Like, obviously, they brought the brother back from the Centipede. I think it was in episode 1. And obviously, he wanted to be reunited with his son. And Coulson giving little gems. Obviously, I'm like, Coulson usually does that from experience. So for him to say that to the dad...
The whole car ride thing.
Yeah,
Coulson is like,
that as well.
man's a gallus, all of this.
Yeah. Like, they were saying a lot, but not saying anything at the same time. So what you man saying?
To me, it's dead if it's the dad, isn't it? Because now you're going to have Skye running around the airplane.
Yeah.
Daddy's little girl. Fam, I'm not here for Family Feud, innit? Like, this is not it. This is not it. Even though they've already started injecting, like, relationships, feuds in this thing, innit? Like, my guy, what's his name?
Ward.
Oh.
Yeah. And thing.
May.
Like, it's just, fam, it's, like, I don't know, like, obviously, these lot are human beings, so it's not like they've got powers and stuff like that. So they're very, although they go on missions and stuff like that, they're, at the end of the day, they're human beings. There's going to be, like, relationships. They're part of a team. And when things happen, like, privately, obviously, it's going to come through the forefront at some point. You know what I'm saying? Someone's going to take that relationship harder than the other person, innit? Like, obviously, in this case, is waste man over here. Yeah.
We do this, though. Man can't keep no secrets. Man's emotional.
The thing about Ward, what was getting me in this episode is like, and I don't know if this is a show issue or if it's a Ward issue.
Right.
Is that like, before we found out about the mating, like, we didn't know nothing about the mating. Now we know about the mating. As the viewer, they're all now throwing in all this stuff about Ward being like overprotective of her, Ward being moist towards her, which I don't like, because I felt like Ward was moist before, and they should have showed that, even though we didn't have the context of him and May doing a thing, that he was still doing that kind of stuff, but we just never had no context to it. I feel like that would have been better. Do you know what I'm saying? Instead, they had him doing that kind of stuff to Skye, making us think, oh, he's interested in her. And I don't like that, bro, because now I feel like they've made actually an inconsistency in the character when it becomes around May.
I was about to say, what if in previous episodes, like you said, since there's no context, what if he has actually been doing that? And
so man has to go rewatch and see. I don't think it was there, bro, because I think if it was there, we would have at least mentioned it. Yeah. Oh, it was weird, Wood jumped in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're on to stuff like that. And like, it's bruv. So I don't feel like, so I didn't like the whole, even though we flipped it on May, like, oh, I wasn't protecting you, you're just better in this scenario. Could have been telling the truth, could have been lying. The reason I say he could have been telling the truth because we already discussed Ward's way of deception is sometimes being up, like, putting himself in the firing line. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, with the interview, pretending to be truth serum to get the answers.
Oh.
So then he could have been telling the truth, but at the same time he could have been lying.
To me, it just seems like man's always got like a response to everything when it comes to like showing man's you're not all that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the gun thing. Oh, yeah, like I know it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It seems like that you're that kind of person. Like,
What gun thing? You're talking about when they was weighing the gun?
yeah,
weighing
you
the gun
know what I'm
thing.
saying? Like even when they brought the new guy in, to me it just seems like he has to be the guy. He has to be like the spotlight's gotta be on me. I always gotta be right.
Yeah, but that's who he is on the team.
Yeah, but so to me, like bruv, like, I just don't like the guy. He's an idiot, bro. He's an idiot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bruv, and to me, it seems like, bruv, he got his feelings, bro. He's in his feelings, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So when May calls him up on it, no, he just tries to make it sense of the situation. Bruv, shut your mouth, bro. You're moist, bruv. Shut up, get out of here, man. I'm done with this you.
I don't know, fam. I don't know, like he's weird, isn't it?
He's weird, bro.
He's just
weird.
Way too much.
And that's my issue because it's like I'm trying to get a bead on who Ward actually is, but I feel like they're flip flopping with man so much. It's hard because it's like sometimes, he's a consistent guy. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes he's all the way over here, and it's like, nah.
It feels like he's everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's like his Coulson level. Sometimes he's the Simmons and Fitz level.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's May level. Sometimes he's... I'm like, then who are... Like,
I'll tell you who he is, bro. He's that you who wasn't breastfed, fam. That's why he moves the way he moves, bro. I'm idiot take, bro. Shut up. Shut up.
Nah, it's mad.
Yeah, Ward's just all over the gaff.
The whole thing with Coulson being a Gallus is calm, but we already knew this, fam. From first episode,
he says it all the
he's
time.
with the Spanish thing.
That's
Next
it.
episode, he was in the next thing. Today we're talking about another agent. Oh yeah, or he was talking about one of his old things in a car that he left after he died.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, bruv, that's Coulson, fam. At least you know what I'm saying. Man owns it.
Like that bit was actually quite interesting because it made me think about his psyche, innit? Like, raw. I used to be this dude who just had bare gal. Then I find someone who laughed at my jokes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she was cool and all that. But then I had to pretend to stay dead. Do you know? So I wonder, and obviously we see him with the nightmares and stuff like that. Like, is this the kind of stuff that it keeps building up to some point where is he gonna have some sort of like breakdown? Do you know what I mean? Because it kind of got a bit like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They were having a guy-to-guy talk in the car, but then that bit, there wasn't laughing matter, innit? It was just like, yeah, man, she was a cool, but she laughed at my jokes. Like, he was telling how it was, innit? He wasn't trying to like pretend or anything like that. So I think that's something that they keep adding up to him since his death in New York.
I mean, I feel like Coulson's on the collision course with the truth.
Yeah.
At some point anyway, innit? So like maybe that does play a part into it, but I just thought it was interesting that man said in the car that like, yo, being on a plane, this is the life we chose, innit? Like, you man chose to like, hey, listen, you're not gonna have 4 kids and a nice picket fence and all that other thing. And like, he broke that down to Ward, innit? But it's interesting, like, obviously Ward's face when man's like, I would never date a thing in the agency. Well, like, who was in the team. And obviously Ward started twisting up his face. Do you get what I'm saying? Because obviously he's doing the thing with May. Thought that was interesting. But I see May locking it off with Ward anyway, because Ward's moving moist.
Yeah.
But the thing about that, what now I'm going to have an issue with is, before the 10 episodes when we didn't know, there was never that drama. And this is what I'm saying, like, the way they've brought us into it's weird. Because it's like, yeah, we knew Ward has always been moist, but then May should have had an issue with how moist he was beforehand and maybe even never deep the relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's I don't know if that's, like I said at the beginning, I don't know if that's a Ward inconsistency or a show inconsistency, but it bothers me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah.
I think more of a show inconsistency because, like, obviously they were brought to the forefront. And now they're putting us on the fly on the wall of those conversations. We don't know how they move. I was like, a month, we'll break it off. You're being too much. You're being too, like,
and they're getting back together and that.
Yeah, like, maybe.
See, but that's, to me, starts jeopardizing May's character, bruv. Because even when you was blacking at May, blacking on Sky, that was May out of her skin. I've never seen May out of her skin like that.
Like,
and that's what I'm saying, bruv. Like, if they don't, yeah, bruv, if they don't get a hold of, like, Ward and make him be, like, make it consistent, it's now affecting the rest of the team, fam. And now we never saw these cracks before. And I'm saying May is discerning enough to know if Ward was going to be moist in the relationship thing that she never would have got involved. That's how I see May. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like in this episode, I'm starting to see a little crack, a little chink in the arm, and then she's blacking on Sky. I know them two don't like each other anyway, but we're not like each other. There's a friction in it. There's a friction. But I felt like I don't like it that May's side of it was fueled by Ward. Like, do you know what I'm saying? May should just be May and be icy for Sky because she's icy for Sky instead of Ward charged her up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't seem like May, fam, with the yin yang and the meditation and all that stuff.
There's one thing there that's kind of like consistent. See the way she blacked on her, and it seemed like she was gonna say something that she shouldn't. Yeah. So we're going back now to Coulson saying, "Yo, May's gonna help you out with this thing." Yeah. And you was pointing out like, yo, like he knows. And I was asking, well, is he doing that to slow down the process? Because you know she's too savvy with the tech. So you seen the way she pinned down, like, okay, the agents, the year, the kind. Do you know what I mean? So are they doing something like that? And could it be because the way she blacked and I was like, right, like that's like you're saying, it's like this doesn't add up. But now it makes me think like, raw, what if there is some sort of like, I don't know, like, is May old enough to be a mum?
I'm gonna say yeah and no if she had a mad young, but there's no way, bro.
No, but I'm not saying May's a mum.
Yeah,
I'm saying maybe May knows her mum and they didn't like each other.
Maybe
because the way May portrays like she doesn't like her. So is this something that
there's some sort of resentment from somewhere? Yeah.
Where's that coming from, bro?
That's interesting. That's interesting still. But for me, the Coulson thing has got to be off the table because if Coulson's her dad, and knows, bruv, man's left all credibility for Coulson.
What if they've removed that memory off him when he died?
They could have.
Bruv, this
but
is
then how?
Shield, bruv.
But then, listen. If they did that, that means Sky has a level of importance that we've never seen before in the MCU, bro. For them to remove that, he was the dad, but then send her to go get her. That means that she's special.
You got to keep her
close. Yeah.
Yes, that means there's something special about her.
And what if May knows?
Then that's fine. Like if it comes down to that, like Sky's got an X gene, is a mutant, or she's an inhuman or something. I'm fine with all of this secrecy. But if it's just, wait, this is only dependent on the memory being removed. If the memory's been removed and she turns out to be something special, I'm with it. But if there's no memory removed and she's just a dad and he just wanted to play, I messed up 20 years ago and I wanted to rekindle the shut up, man. Get out of here, fam. Get out of here, fam. But yeah, fam.
That's all interesting. Because even then, he's still saying he keeps tabs on his ex.
Well, how can he not? But that's what he said. How can he not?
I mean, agents will do that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. How can he not, bruv? Like,
well,
I wouldn't. But these man, bruv, I wouldn't. But it's these man, innit? Like,
that's crazy.
I mean, maybe because he still cares. He wants to make sure.
No,
bro.
No, bro. You can care. You swallow that thing, bro.
You go, bro.
That's the thing, bro.
You go beat 10, 20 things to get your mind out of it, bro. What are we talking about?
But that's what I said. I said it confidently. Like, how could you not? Because just look at these. It's Coulson, bro. Yeah. It's not because they're agents, bro.
You don't think so?
No, because you have the power doesn't mean you've got to use it that way. No, it's Coulson.
Yeah, look at the car he's driving.
It's Coulson.
Look at the sweat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
that's the kind of thing Coulson would do.
Yeah, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying?
How many men do you see roll over?
You're saying agent, bruv.
Yeah, agent. That just like you said, because they got the power, man will do that.
Nah, bruv.
No matter how moist or not moist they are.
Bruv, listen, everyone's got the power to check up on their ex, bruv.
And a lot of people do. They got Facebook for that reason.
I'm not sick, bruv. I'm just saying Coulson would do that. Right, get me? But I don't believe everyone would do that, innit? You get me?
But that's, for me, like you're saying, if Coulson would do that, I feel like he has a particular reason, though.
Nah.
No matter how unspecial she was.
Bruv, every chick that pops up in this show, he knows everything about them. So this is my point on saying, yeah, if he had an ex, he's 100% checking up on her because that's who Coulson is. Like, fam, it's all right, bro.
I know it's all right.
It's all right. Like, yeah, if you want to check up on your exes, that's cool. Like, it's your choice, bro. I'm just not into it, innit? You get me?
It makes 3 of us.
It's not my vibe.
Anyway, guys, lit review, lit episode. It's getting a bit mad. Ryan's getting a bit sketchy too sometimes. What do you guys think about Ward? What do you think about Coulson? What do you think about theories? Please no spoilers. And we'll see you on the next review. If you want to watch along, we'll see you there too. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Raven the GS.
Joe 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.